Welcome back to Rock Guitar Confidential with Scott and Ryan. On today's episode, we're going to learn a new word. We're going to receive some valuable input from a very promising young guitarist, and the sparks fly towards the end of the episode. Stay tuned.
When I was driving in here today, I was listening to the first Liquid Tension Experiment album. And that's, if anybody doesn't know who that is, it's
not to be confused with like Aquarium Rescue Unit or any of the other band names that make sense.
Well, Liquid Tension Experiment is John Petrucci, Mike Portnoy, Jordan Rudess, and Tony Levin, and it's an all-instrumental kind of prog metal supergroup sort of thing. And I loved it. I loved it as a kid. It was a big inspiration for the first Scott Allen Project album. A lot of the songs were very inspired by it because I just listened to it nonstop when I was.
So this is circa like what?
99.
Years?
I want to say.
Okay, so late 90s.
Maybe like 97. I want to say like that.
All right. Mm-hmm.
So like that. So this was like one of the things that got me through that time period because I just graduated from music school.
It was a beacon of hope, a beacon of light in a dark time.
I met Petrucci at the NAMM show back then. I remember telling him, like, thank you guys so much for just existing because everything else is just such a fucking unending nightmare that's out there. So thank God for Dream Theater and Liquid Tension.
And you broke down in tears.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, sir. Thank you. There's no way to keep me through this, man.
John Petrucci just held you and just let you cry.
Yeah, he's got surprisingly tender hands, I have to say.
Yeah, totally. And this is before he had like the major like Father Time
this is
beard.
Captain Caveman era John Petrucci.
I miss Captain Caveman. I was a good.
I love you,
superhero.
John, but like, dude, like the beard. Come on.
You know, I've never seen Captain Caveman and Cousin It in the same place at the same time.
Or Petrucci.
Or John Petrucci.
Might be the same person for all we know.
Could be.
You know what I mean, it's like. But anyway, I was listening to it and I was just thinking about how much it just hits on every level. It's like so like it's like heavy and it's progressive and it's got great playing and incredible and intricacies with the parts and dynamics and it's got great harmony and melodic content and rich harmony and stuff. It's like
interesting rhythmic content,
everything,
syncopation.
Metric modulations and stuff. It's got all these things that are just so amazing, and it's just every song is like wow, and they're like 7, 8, 9 minutes of just amazing music that nonstop. It's not about like a here's my hook and then I'm out, that kind of thing. Not that there's not hooks, there's definitely hooks in it, but it's like here's like the 6 hooks, and it's music that like feeds your soul. It reminds me of like
you totally got me thinking about like Pinhead from Hellraiser with like the hooks like on the chains, like all the many hooks.
Mine, Ryan. That's exactly where I was going.
The ones that like come from out of nowhere and then like rip your skin off, like those kind of hooks.
It's the musical equivalent. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. It's the musical equivalent of like having quinoa with like marinated and seared tofu with like broccoli and garlic. It's like the most nutritive thing you can possibly imagine.
So for those of you listening,
you can live off of that.
For all of you like lay people listening, nutritive is like kind of the same as nutritious.
Yes,
it's synonymous.
So it's basically it's just music that feeds you on every level. And then I was thinking about like that compared to like the music that's popular nowadays.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like,
all right, let's keep it positive.
Well, no, but it's just like, it reminds me of, it's like, that's like the, I don't know, it's like the cotton candy and gummy bear diet.
I mean, I definitely think like some music, I mean, I think that...
By the way, there's nothing wrong with cotton candy and gummy bears from time to time. We shouldn't be trying to live off of it. That's what I'm saying. Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I think, I mean, there's definitely, how do I parse this? I mean, yeah, there's definitely music that I think makes you smarter.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if it's about smarter, but it's just hitting on all these levels of what it's just depth of depth.
Yeah, well,
depth, you know what I mean?
So saying that it's nutritive, that implies that you're bettering yourself by experiencing it,
or at least sustaining yourself intellectually and artistically, that kind of thing. And look, everybody wants a bag of Doritos sometimes. You know what I mean? That's totally fine, and there's no problem with that. So sometimes you want to listen to. I'll listen to Poison or something like that, which I think.
But you know what? I remember I read somewhere.
I'm looking for a good time. It's good.
Yes.
Poison,
Yeah, totally, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
but it's very much a bag of Doritos. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. So
Mountain Dew. It's like and that's good. Do you want that sometimes?
Well, okay, but I don't think nothing but a good time is necessarily even junk food because it requires. It requires like a certain level of artistic skill and intelligence to create like a good like party rock song, right?
Yeah, it's like an underrated musician.
He's way underrated. You know what? He played one. Okay, so he fucked up on MTV and he played one shitty live solo on the
he's
album.
played a lot of shitty live solos, but I mean,
has
everybody else. Have you ever heard of Jimmy Page? This underground guitar player, Jimmy Page.
Right. Yeah, he played a bunch of shitty live solos.
He's famous for playing shitty live solos. So
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I don't join in the shade thrown at CC.
No,
CC's a great player, dude. Cherry Pie solo. That's CC.
Yeah, I mean,
right? He did studio work, right?
There's a lot of great CC stuff out there. I mean, it's like that's.
I mean, there's CC stuff out there that people don't even know is CC stuff.
Yeah,
right. He did session work.
He's a good musician, and the Poison stuff is cool, but it's not intellectually challenging. I think I would put Bon Jovi in that same kind of wheelhouse. I like Bon Jovi, but it's not
like, do you like Nothing But a Good Time? I totally wish I had wrote it.
Oh yeah,
like that's a great fucking song.
You Give Love a Bad Name. I feel that way about it too. I love
same thing, right? I wish I'd wrote it. So there is,
but it's not like it's not the most challenging music, but it's like cool and not. I mean, that's to me is like the sweet spot. Like a lot of the '80s metal is like the sweet spot. There's like it's hooky and it's about the pop hook for sure. It's about simple. It's like a 3-minute song, but there's still very cool riffs happening. There's still dynamics. There's still like solos and improvisation. It's still got a little bit of everything.
I think the challenge for guys like us is to like when to lay off the complexity.
Yeah, and then when is it too simple too? What does it need some more?
Totally.
Need to go on a journey. You know what I mean?
But I think if you and I were just if we didn't. I think it takes more self-control for you and I. Like when we're writing Ex Aegis, it takes more self-control for us to not add another part.
Yeah. Or like let's have the long solo. Let's do a solo at the end and a solo at the beginning and a solo in the middle too.
Yeah, right. Let's solo over the verse and let's solo over the chorus.
Right. And we'll do a whole other section at the end. It's like 4 minutes of just soloing back and forth.
Or let's add 14 tracks of that harmony, that pad underneath everything, right? We need let's do 12 tracks of just the rhythm guitar.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. But I think that there's definitely, I think it's a very easy to get the kind of muso sort of like snobbery of like, well, pop music is just so it's just so pointless. Look, if it was so easy to write a pop hit song, everyone would be doing it, and everyone isn't doing it. So
dude, AI just is at the top of the charts with a country song. Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea about this.
You haven't heard about this?
No, I haven't. Well, I'm not scouring the charts for AI country hits.
Yeah, dude, there's an AI country song that's like at the top of the charts. Is it
like a fake AI artist too?
Yeah, it's an AI everything. Yeah, no, totally, dude. It's just some fucking yokel in a cowboy hat and like. You know what, dude? Like seriously, okay.
I cannot believe this is a real thing. Oh my god! Well, I'm just an artificial man.
Yeah, I forget. I know it's out there. Like I've been afraid to even really look and read. So those of you listening, if you want to Google it, dude, so there's been a ton of. I know Beato did an episode about it.
See, I'm not a big fan of Rick Beato. I kind of look the other way when he's doing his thing.
I respect Rick Beato, man. He's got the goods. He's a fucking music professor.
I get that.
He knows all the shit.
A little bit pompous and a little bit sure of himself, which I kind of think is like.
Well, I mean, most really great musicians can be that. I mean, he's a guitarist and a producer. I mean, he's too forgiving to like all the '90s grunge garbage.
For sure.
He's pals with Scott Stapp, but dude, he also interviewed Yngwie.
Yeah.
He gave Yngwie like an awesome platform where like a bunch of people who wouldn't take Yngwie seriously have to now because he was on Rick Beato's program. So I'm pro Beato, man.
I find myself disagreeing with him a lot whenever I hear him talk. So
no, I disagree with him sometimes, but I also agree with him on a lot of other stuff.
Which, by the way, everyone out there, it's fine to disagree with someone. You don't have to hate someone. Just
absolutely.
Disagree with them.
And you know what?
But that being said, I'm not a fan. I'm not like, oh no, I'm not going to follow him. It's just, that's if he says stuff I don't agree with, I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm just going to go put my attention somewhere else. You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you what, Beato is definitely more in line with us as we lament like the state of modern music. We're like the three of us are peas in a pod.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
Peas in a podcast. See what I did there? Ba-ding. All right.
That might be the most clever wordplay I've heard in years.
Well, dude, you started with the word nutritive, so I've got to like come back strong somehow.
Right, yes, the punch back.
Yeah. So anyway, punch,
like Rick Beato.
So it is a skill, right? Like, you know what? I'll give a shout out to our friend Jeffrey Prince.
Oh, okay.
He writes a hell of a pop song, man. I cannot write a song like him.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I was saying before. Like, it's not that easy to write a pop song.
It's not easy at all.
It's like, oh, it's just 1-4-5. It's the same thing as everything else.
Fuck no, dude. Everyone should go. So everyone should go listen to the Bitter Elegance. They just released their new album, also on vinyl. Go buy their vinyl.
Yep.
Go buy their music.
By the way, just do that for whoever you love.
Go like their stuff.
Go if you like an artist, support them, buy their stuff, buy their merch, buy their albums. But download it. Don't just stream it on Spotify.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Or go buy their vinyl, even better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go support the Bitter Elegance. They're awesome. And big shout out to their singer Liz Prince. She teaches vocals at Skips. Go take vocal lessons.
She is a fantastic vocalist for sure. No doubt about it.
So it's like I can't write songs like that, right?
It's not as easy as people think.
It's very, very smart pop music, right? And so, so maybe we should be more precise when we're criticizing
who's
pop
the
music.
target? Who's the target?
Yeah, so you know what? So I think that
to me, it's the stuff where there's no music happening. Like whenever someone brings an artist in and they go, "Here, this is my favorite artist," and I go, "Well, let me listen to it," and I'll try and break it down, and I can't even find a chord change, or there's just nothing happening here. Maybe there's like a chord, or maybe 2 chords in the whole song, and it's not. There's no rhythm value.
or if it's
no
like
melody. It's like, what? I don't even know what this is.
Even then, dude, if it's like Jason Aldean garbage or like Nate Smith or like most new country, I think it is a huge indictment on the audience that likes new country that an AI that it's an AI country song that's at the top of the charts.
Don't get too excited.
The fact that like of course it's an AI country artist.
Well, I think
that's an indictment on the audience for new country.
That's the dance pop, the hip hop stuff. That stuff would be very easy for me.
You'd have to. I think you got to be more specific. It depends on what it is.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that
who it is.
all pop music is very much open game for that one. You know what I mean? I know there's an AI. Isn't there an AI hair metal band too? Isn't it? Like
okay, but not at the top of the Billboard charts.
Well, there's no metal.
There's AI. There's AI. Well, okay, I'm just saying the genre that has an AI artist at the top of the charts is fucking country. So congratulations, new country listeners. That's who you are, right? You're the first ones, right? It's not an AI hip hop artist. It's not an AI
I would expect
EDM artist.
I would expect it to be like a pop princess AI thing, like a Hatsune Miku kind of thing, where it's like a fake artist that's got a pop hook or something like that.
Yeah, but even then,
that's what I would expect to be first.
But there's still humans writing that music. This is AI
you're right.
generated.
I would think that would be the next logical step, is just remove the humans right now.
No, I think it makes perfect sense, dude. If you listen to Nate Smith garbage, all the auto-tune vocals and the crappy, like there's no depth to any of it. And it is catering to an anti-intellectual audience that doesn't care.
No, I mean, dude, that's pop audiences in general.
That's new country audiences.
Well, new country and pop artists, they're a lot of the same.
That's the Jason Aldean crowd.
Well, totally. I don't disagree with you what you're saying, but I am saying that like that's not. It's you're aiming too precisely. I think that's just popular music in general.
I'm just saying, dude. Fact. The first like AI song to top of the Billboard charts is a new country AI song. Congratulations, new country fans.
Okay,
good job.
I'm gonna put in a very
good job.
An odd and awkward situation of having to defend new country because
that's where the spice of our podcast.
The only time I've ever had a situation where someone's brought in quote unquote music to me to try and figure out something for them to play has been in the EDM pop princess hip hop world, where there's no instruments of any kind, there's no chord changes, there's no melody, there's nothing. And at least in pop country, there's a chord change and there's a solo and there's vocal parts and bass parts and drum parts and guitar parts. There's actual musicians playing that stuff, as opposed to the hip hop.
Well, there's
EDM,
kind of musicians playing that stuff. It's all quantized and auto-tuned and melodined out.
Listen to modern metal, dude. It's the same. That's just what it is. What people think production is now. Is that, you know what I mean? So, but there is at least a guitar part and a chord change and a guitar solo in that.
Dude, at least when I'm
EDM
listening
or
to
hip hop artists, there's no instruments of any kind.
Okay,
whatsoever.
so at least when I'm listening to Saber Tiger, like I'm sure the solos are done in takes, and I'm sure the stuff gets punched in, right? But it's still a person playing.
Yeah, like yeah, that's
and
a lot of more listen to more like the more mainstream kind of bro metal that's popular.
Metal is just like it's the kissing cousin of new country.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just what people think modern production is now, regardless of the genre.
Like basically, if your genre can be defined as bro anything, then just stop listening to music.
You need to start reevaluating.
Just knock it off. Yeah. Just do something different, like play golf.
But here's the thing, though, and this is something I think is always lost on people because we are living in a world of like unlimited choices. We have so many choices. We could listen to anything that's ever existed in the history of humanity, up to this very moment, this second, if we want to.
Totally.
So we have a choice. It's just like going to the grocery store. You can go and you can pick up, broccoli florets and tofu and quinoa, or you can go get Slim Jims. Sorry, baby. Or like, I don't know. Fake
Slim Jims?
Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody.
Who would you be offending? Slim Jims? I don't get it. Who would be offended?
Oh no, it's an inside joke. Anyway, and
it's
then
an inside joke,
or like ice cream, or like Kit Kats or something like that. You can have choices about what you're going to do. You know what I mean? You don't have to just have the shittiest food possible. You can actually go do that. So music's the same way.
And so here's the thing: is that that shitty food is like engineered in laboratories to get you addicted to it, and like so is the shitty music.
Yep, exactly. So
it's engineered in a lab.
But do you and I go in for all the shitty food and the shitty music?
No,
exactly. So that's
actually this last year I've completely like broken up with shitty food.
Thank you. Good job, man. I'm proud of you. Absolutely.
Thank you. Well, I took expensive prescription drugs, so I'm not going to take I'm not like Friedrich Nietzsche, like the will to powering my way to fitness, dude. I'm taking an expensive prescription drug that makes me not crave it. So I'm not going to pump myself up over any achievements. I just spent a lot of fucking money.
I'm still proud of you,
and I know not everyone can do that. So
proud of you, man. That being said, though, like you have choices you can make in life. You have all these unlimited things that you can choose from, and you don't have to go with that stuff. I mean, like
you have a choice up until a point, and then once you're addicted, like your choice, like your ability to choose gets greatly diminished. So like if you grow up like on a steady diet of shitty Jason Aldean and other shitty New Country, right? Like if that's what you're surrounded with and that's all you've got, like you're never gonna break free.
This is nature versus nurture we're talking about right here. So
it is, and I think I think the ratio for everyone is a little bit different. Like for some people, just it's all nature and like that's it, right? Like your brain's just wired a certain way, and there's no way you're gonna overcome that.
Like, man, that Jason Aldean makes so much sense. It speaks to me,
right? Yeah, like totally. Like I just, I'm just super attracted to my cousin. We're gonna bury an owl in the backyard and have some chitlins. And you know what I mean? Like you just can't.
Some fans of Jason Aldean that are not related.
It's sort of it's like that documentary Brothers Keeper about like the most inbred family.
Oh my god!
Ever. Yeah, well, it was released back in the '90s. It's these three brothers that live in like Appalachia.
Well,
I mean, it's heartwarming. They all take care of each other. But dude, like the amount, like the level of poverty that they live in is fucking staggering.
Wow.
Right, and they're just completely inbred. Right, so they also deal with all the like mental and physical like impediments that come with that. The documentary is called Brothers Keeper.
Wow.
And yeah, like it won a bunch of awards in like the late 90s, and of course there's been like follow-ups. I mean, like I don't think any of the brothers are alive anymore, but
well, yeah, it was a documentary from the mid 90s. I mean,
right. So but I really think everybody should watch it. So like so if you want to know what like poverty in the United States can be, like it's staggering, dude. And these are people who like live in poverty not because they're drug addicts, not because they made bad choices. Like they're just these inbred brothers in West Virginia, right? They just drew like the shortest genetic straw.
You know what though? There's always outliers in every situation like that. There's people who come from that kind of scenario that find a way. You know what I mean?
These guys aren't going to find a way.
Well,
dude.
I know
they're mentally impaired.
But
to
there are
the
people
point.
who come from the same kind of background who not be. Yeah, if you're at a certain level of mental impairment, you're right. That's
like if you're inbred, like if you're that inbred, then like you're not going to be the one who breaks the mold. We should like that's your mold, man.
We should walk through a Jason Aldean concert, just take a poll and just talk to people. We'll find out. Let's get to the bottom of this. Have you become successful even despite your horrible upbringing?
Yeah, here, just take this cheek swab so we can analyze your chromosomes.
What? Cheek what?
Fuck. Okay, so this is going off in like a totally wild direction. But anyway, so everybody watch that documentary. It's fascinating.
See, I personally believe that oh my God, this is going to sound like such a Republican. I believe in personal responsibility when it comes to your artistic intake. You get to decide what you intake and what you don't.
You know what? I think,
what I mean?
dude, oh God. Okay. So, I don't want to wade into politics, but if one side, so
yeah, don't wade too deeply into politics.
This is kind of I'll just say this is kind of a Charlie Munger thing, like Warren Buffett's like he's
like the evil Warren Buffett though, right?
He was a good guy.
Okay,
like part of his like advice for like how to think about things is to like invert everything.
So if it's two, you go half.
No, if it's is that what you... so like my interpretation, like so we've talked on this program how certain words are used in like the music industry, like on products, right? So if the guitar says special, So if the guitar says special on it, like if you have a Gibson like Les Paul or an Epiphone Les Paul special, then it's not special, it's a production model, right? Yeah. There's like literally thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of that guitar in the world, right?
And all of them worse than the previous one because they're just horrible. Yep.
If the guitar says custom on it, it's not custom, right? It's a production line instrument. They made thousands, hundreds of maybe millions of those, right?
Fair enough. Yep.
Like, have you ever been on the road and like pulled up behind like a Toyota Highlander like special edition,
limited,
limited? Yeah, right. Like, dude, okay, limited to how many? Like a billion? Like they're all over the place, right? Like if you're just trying to say that there's a finite number of Highlanders ever produced, fine.
Okay.
But like it's not really special.
No, I don't think anyone really thinks it's special. I mean, just because it says limited, it doesn't mean like, oh my God, this is so limited. This is like, they only made like 4 of these or something. You know
okay, so reel me back in. How did we start with all this?
Yeah, I was wondering where this is going. Like you were saying, Charlie Munger had advice, and I was saying you have personal responsibility and choice.
Oh, yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, so like when one political party says that it's the party of like personal responsibility, like they're just trying, it doesn't mean the other party isn't about personal responsibility.
Well,
they're
that's
just
the
trying.
implication. The implication is that these
yeah,
guys
but you don't have to accept it. Just and invert it. What political party runs up the fucking deficit like no other?
Well, whoever's in charge is the answer to that question.
Right, but I mean, but it's like, you're not about personal responsibility. Bullshit. Just so if you're telling me you're about personal responsibility, then I believe you are not about that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Then when it comes to music, though, I believe that you have a personal responsibility to choose nutritive music. Within reason. Obviously, everyone gets a bag of Doritos once in a while, but you got to be able to like recognize the difference between that. Don't tell me the bag of Doritos is like a Michelin 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to, I would like to believe that like everybody cared about music enough to care.
Yeah, isn't that's probably the heartbreaking part right there, is that they just don't give a shit at all.
Yeah, some people just don't.
Yeah, it's that's the thing that I think is so heartbreaking, and that's what we all suffer the consequences for that, because if the people are moving towards the stuff that's like this, the equivalent of like a Kit Kat and a Mountain Dew, you know what I mean, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
not there's anything wrong with Kit Kats or Mountain Dew, but that should be should not be the only thing on the menu. You know what I mean?
Don't rip on Mountain Dew around Alex Bosson, man.
Oh, I know.
Who played all the drums on Ex Aegis' album, and will play the drums on the forthcoming.
You could argue that he was fueled by it, fueled by the Mountain Dew.
Dude, he actually has a Mountain Dew snare drum.
I could see that.
He had one custom. Like Alex loves his Mountain Dew that much.
Cooler than that is if the actual snare drum was filled with Mountain Dew, and he had like a straw system that you could sit there and drink Mountain Dew while you playing the drums. That'd be even more interesting.
I haven't talked about this, but like when Alex dies, like he could just
a snare drum to get it.
No, but I mean he probably won't decompose. So he's had so much Mountain Dew. You know what I mean? He could probably just sit himself like on like a throne and like he doesn't even have to have his body plastinated.
Than man now at this point. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's sad.
He's more aluminum and corn syrup. It's the bromide really
that will preserve him,
the
though.
body.
It will preserve him for sure. But I mean, I guess we don't have to accept it, and I keep coming back because people will always throw this in my face and say, "Well, you're into like this old stuff." I'm like, yeah, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and up to about 94, there's some really good music being made, and
in the mainstream,
and you can turn on any pop radio song, and if I hear an 80s like pop song, there's always killer stuff in it. There's killer playing, killer drumming, killer singing. It's 60s, same thing. 70s, same thing. Like I could put in any era starting from like the early 60s to like the very early 90s, and it's awesome and it's great on every level. It's poppy, it's hooky, it's nutritive, it's all of it. But
nutritive. Today's word is nutritive.
Yes, sponsored by Nutritive. But it just feels like
nutritive sounds like something that like my parents would have to like drink to stay alive.
Yes,
because they are elderly.
But the point I'm trying to say is like, why are we living in this famine world now, where like there's not really anything in the
we've talked about this. It's because of money.
Yeah, I mean
like everything's because of money.
Why is it? But there's money being made for those 4 decades.
Technology.
Before, I guess
it's technology and money.
Okay, so
it's the technology.
But what driving the industry for 40 years was the stuff I'm talking about, though.
Like, but technology made it to where there's no more money left.
Okay. Oh, so what you're talking about, the downloading and streaming and that whole thing. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. I mean, that's why.
But
I mean,
still, it's on us as the culture to choose what we want to choose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, the culture's fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah, we've had this conversation before. Yeah, the people, you think, what would you say, like 80% of people are just idiots? Was it something like that?
Yeah, I mean, this country is mostly stupid people.
Okay, fair enough.
It really is. Like, the masses are, I mean, like, we're fucking stupid.
Okay.
And, like, we're getting more stupid. Right, like there's a financial incentive, to have a media environment,
have a permanent underclass of idiots who can be just dragged around from place to place.
Yes,
yeah.
No, it really is. I mean, I think that's self-evident, right? Like it's obvious, right? Like we're like
much like the Constitution.
I can only speak
to be self-evident
as an American. I can only speak for America, but
wait. It's pronounced America.
America. I can.
What, kind of commie or what? Not.
So like we're a big bloated stupid baby.
Okay.
Like as far like relative to the rest of the world, right? So we're the only culture I can think of where like the general public, and this is because we're a very wealthy nation, right? Like
sure.
Up in so far and perhaps in perpetuity, right? Like we can afford to be fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And so like we live in a media environment,
self-interested, short-sighted. Yeah.
Right. Like I mean we're a big dumb fucking baby, and that's just That's, you know, so that explains.
Here's
like,
the thing that I have a hard time with.
Like, that explains like most social ills.
I suppose, but there's also incredibly intelligent, smart.
Yes, I agree. Totally. I didn't say we're 100% stupid.
There's a lot of those people in this country too.
There are. I agree. Right. Yeah. That's why we've got the most, like, NVIDIA is the most valuable company ever.
Yeah.
In the world.
Well, they are going to bring about the end of humanity, though.
Which, and they're in California, by the way. Yeah. Shout out to California. But
hey, we live in California.
Yeah, I think America is one of the few places in the world where, like, the general public is proud to be fucking stupid. Right? They're proud of it, right? And dude, and that's your Jason that's most, not all, but that's like most of your Jason Aldean audience. That's your Nate Smith audience. That's your New Country audience.
I'm actually really not familiar with Nate Smith. I've not heard him. I'm
not
asking to hear it. I'm just like,
you're my friend and I love you, man. Yeah. So I'm just going to not play it for you.
Thank you.
It's so bad.
I'm hoping that I can get through the rest of my life without ever doing that.
That's why, dude, that's why Post Malone is fucking popular.
Is
people like him.
Like the Led Zeppelin of the Nate Smith world? Is that what you...
No, people like Post Malone because he's a reflection of them.
Yeah,
they're just slobby people that don't want to, like, it's anti-aspirational.
I guess.
It's participation trophy. You're just fine the way you are. Yeah, you know, you American slob.
Okay.
Like, it's okay. You just keep being a slob.
This is going in a much darker direction than I expected.
Well, okay. Dude, so I mean,
I was just going to blame people for bad choices in music. But
there's an AI artist at the top of the Billboard charts. There's an AI country artist, right? So that means that whoever owns the rights to that, right? That means that somebody is getting streams. And, like, I know that, like, a stream isn't worth shit.
Yeah,
but
get billions.
But if you're at the, I mean, if you get enough of them, right? Like, there's some human out there that, like, put the prompt into the computer that generated this AI song. There is someone out there with zero musical skill.
Yeah,
potentially
has a top song.
Who's probably
like,
unless it's like some super accomplished musician that designed, like, the greatest prompt to get the best result. I doubt that.
No, yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe
you just write the song and record it yourself. So
well, right. And if you were that skilled and talented as a musician, you'd care about music enough to not want this to happen.
Yeah.
Unless you're just a total sociopath, but then you wouldn't. Too. But then how could you, like, write
a song that has, like, an empathetic sort of point of view?
Right. So there's where, man, I'd love to have a specialist on the program. Like, can you be good at music and be a sociopath?
I'm sure there's lots of examples of that, dude. You'd be a giant baby and be great at music. Oh my God, we know that for sure.
Right, but you can be a giant baby and be, like, sort of narcissistic, like, not a complete, like,
not just, like, nothing,
just no emotions, like sociopath, right? I guess we should be defining these words, right? So sociopath means, like, low emotional affect.
Well, I feel bad about talking about this because, as you know, my most of my skill is in pediatrics. I'm not actually trained in
man,
I only feel,
man, I don't know where to go with that. Yeah.
When I was in med school, that's where I was that and podiatry. Those are things I know.
Well, anyway, so yeah, I don't know. But before we depress our audience, like, anymore with our lamenting the... Yeah, so
here, let me just give, like, a shout out, like, a really... Okay, everybody out there listening to this within the sound of my voice, you have a choice. You can choose music that feeds your soul, that's got more to it than just cotton candy. Please do. Support the artists that you care about. Buy their vinyl, buy their merch. Let's keep real music alive. You can do this.
All right. Fuck yeah, you can. And so if you're looking for some good stuff to listen to, let's turn back to our last episode's topic about guitarists that give us hope.
Y2K, right?
Yeah, that have emerged since the millennium. So in the last 25 years, guitarists that have emerged.
Yes, which, by the way, is recently, people.
Which is recently.
I know 13-year-olds are like, well, that's a long time ago. Like 25 years is pretty recently.
So I just want to give a shout out to my student and good buddy Luke Waugh, who came out with here are some other great guitarists from 2000 till now. Dude, he really came through. So I'm going to read. So, Luke, thank you for helping us generate content for our podcast.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Luke is one of my most promising students. I have a lot of them. He's very promising.
Oh, good Luke for you, man. That's the future right there.
Dude, he's a great player. He's got all the talent. He practices like everyone should practice.
Yep.
Shit, I should practice like Luke.
No, that's great.
He's fantastic, man.
That's fantastic.
He's good dude. So, here's Luke's list. Here's a name.
These are the guitarists who emerged since 2000 who are worth checking out.
Yeah, so here's a name that should have been, like, right available. Dude, Alexi Laiho.
Yeah, kind of. He's late 90s though. He's
What?
Yeah, Children of Bodom came out like 97. So,
Okay. Oh yeah. No. Luke already says even though Children of Bodom were around in the late '90s.
Aha!
Luke says I would say they were still a 2000s band because that's when they really started getting famous and released some of their fan favorite albums.
No doubt. I'd love to see the Lexi Laiho. I have a complicated relationship because I think he's a killer guitar player, killer riff writer. I really like a lot of the riffs of Children of Bodom, but they've got kind of a metalcore death metal thing where they're screaming the whole time and there's no melody, and that bums me out. But the riffs are killer. The riffs are great. The solos are great. There's killer interplay between the keyboardist and the guitar in Children of Bodom. It's great. I just wish they had melody. They're kind of, I guess they would call themselves melodic death metal along the lines of like, oh my God, not a Monomarth, although that's Viking metal. What the hell band I'm thinking of? Oh, Arch Enemy. They're kind of in the vein of Arch Enemy, but the riffs are way cooler and the solos are a lot more ballsy.
Yeah, sort of like death metal adjacent to like power metal.
Yeah, it's melodic death metal. That's
Okay,
how I would describe that. You know, and that's because it's all scream vocals, and there's cool melodies in the guitars and keyboards and stuff, and there's great guitar playing and great riffs. And I really dig that. Arch Enemy's like that too. I think Arch Enemy's great.
Fuck yeah.
But I can't stand the vocals. I think the vocals, I'm just not into screen vocals. To me, you don't get to just tap out on melody. You should have melody.
That's why Saber Tiger is so great.
Yeah, Saber Tiger is great. Did we mention them in our guitars? Who's a guitar player?
Because those guys have been around. Well, we talked about it. It's like how I just I've been getting I don't know what the names of the guitar players are. I just know their singer's name is Takanori Shimiyama.
Okay.
Dude, it took me a while to get that memorized.
So is this because the names are hard to remember? Is that why
probably?
Yeah.
But dude, I'm like almost 50 years old, man.
I gotta tell you though, I've heard this stuff. It's killer, man.
Right. So you
what's
get all
the one that's got the Yngwie kind of vibe too? Something like isn't it something Moon?
Talking about Concerto Moon. Yeah.
Yeah, Concerto Moon. That band's killer.
Yes, they are killer.
So
absolutely.
Great. Yeah.
So let's get back to so
Lexi Laiho was great. I'm definitely giving, but that's to me that's late 90s. Yeah.
Dude, I think I'm just gonna read. I'm just going to read this right off of the text that Luke sent. So,
does he have his credit card numbers and social security
also
there as well? That's to be good. You should read that to everybody.
Well, I don't think he's 18 years old yet. So
okay.
We'll steal his credit card number when he grows up.
Okay.
So the next one is Gus G, and he says, again, although Firewind was from the late 90s, they didn't really hit their stride until later on.
I agree with that. By 2005 is when they really kind of hit the scene. Gus G is freaking great. We talked about Gus G on this podcast many times. He's a killer.
And most of Gus G's work is from the 2000s onward. Luke's favorite Gus G era is when he was in the band Dream Evil on their first 3 albums.
Yeah, that's a good era too.
So that's worth listening to, folks. Dream Evil with Gus G.
Well, check out Firewind too. To me, I would argue that Premonition from Firewind is probably his best stuff. But that's just me. Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. Per Nilsson. And I'm quoting Luke now. Beast guitarist when it comes to heavy riffs, shredding, and melodic lines. My favorite Scar Symmetry album is Holographic Universe. Scar Symmetry is an underrated band overall, though, and most of their work is top tier. So Scar Symmetry.
I've heard of Scar Symmetry.
Cool.
They're a little bit more in that sort of melodic death metal sort of world too. So
nice.
There's a lot of great guitar players. Like there's the guy from Born of Osiris is great.
Buzz McKinney, Lee McKinney or something.
Is a killer guitar player. Buzz McGrath. Yeah, guy's an awesome. There's a bunch of other guys we could have mentioned.
Cool. Okay, here's another one. So
I'm not stealing his guys as I'm mentioning this stuff.
I hope I pronounced this right. Yeah. So these seem like Indian names, right? So it's spelled Jari. So I'm going to say Yari Meenpa, Maenpaa, and Timo Montiasari.
Wow, right? I'm not familiar with these guys.
That's Timu, Teemu. Montisaari, Mantysaari, from Winter Sun, the Winter Sun guys.
I've heard of Winter Sun, yeah.
Yep, so Luke says he's mentioning them pretty much just because Winter Madness is probably a top 5 guitar solo of all time for him. And
wow.
Luke has good taste.
That's some high praise right there. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, dude, man, Luke's a big Dream Theater fan too. Yeah, so, this is a person with good taste. Okay, the next one, and we should have thought of this too.
The Dream Theater technically from the late 80s, so I can't include them.
So now Sinister Gates.
Sinister's, he's a very good guitar player. I got nothing but praise for Sinister Gates. He went to the same music school I did, and
Sinister Gates is good.
He's a great guitar player. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. He's got all the chops in the world. He's got cool vibe, good vibrato, good bending intonation. Really cool.
And you know what? His stuff is still pretty learnable though. If you're like a learning guitar player, like it's not so challenge. It's kind of like what
It's kind of Kirk Hammett was for us when we were kids.
Well, he's like what I wish Kirk Hammett were.
Yeah, Kirk is better than Kirk Hammett, but it's like that same thing. Like there's this really cool song with the solo.
Yeah.
When you've only been playing guitar for 6 months, you could still learn it.
Yeah, like if Kirk Hammett hadn't given up on guitar, then
which happened in 1989, I think is exactly
correct.
when he gave up.
That is correct. That's exactly when he started surfing. I think.
No, I agree. I think Sinister Gates is very good, and Zachy Vengeance is good too. Those guys are both really good players. The thing about Avenged Sevenfold, and this is something that's just my opinion, so please don't get mad at me. I just find their stuff to be extremely middling. It's fine. It's good. It's cool. It's the riffs are fine. I just don't. There's never a part where the song like it hits me like, wow, that's a great hook, or wow, that's a great melody, or that's
I think
it's like fine. It's good.
I think you know what? It's the singer falls flat for me.
I think that's part of it, but I think also they're just not ambitious on the melodic side of it very much, and they don't have, and the riffs are just like kind of, oh yeah, that's kind of similar to this other riff I heard like before. It's like
so you're saying they're a little derivative,
very derivative, and then there's not like a lot of very strong melodic hooks in their stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm waiting for, and then the solo comes in. The solo is really great. It's like, oh, that's a great solo, but like then it's kind of just washes over you, doesn't it? You don't hold on to it. You know what I mean?
I figure, you know what? Like they're not for me.
Yeah, they're not for me.
They're for some. You know, if I
but
were,
they're good. I don't have any hate for them at all. I think they're
right?
Good.
Yeah. Like if I hadn't been alive for like,
I've heard all this stuff before.
If I hadn't been alive, you know, during the years where like if you saw a kid with a Metallica shirt at the shopping mall, like you knew they knew the real dope.
This is before 1990, right?
Yes, well, of course, right? Because you used to have to order that shirt out of a Rip magazine or Metal Edge
or Guitar Player magazine,
or you had to go down to London Rock Imports 2 doors down from Guitar, right, to get your cool shit. Like there wasn't a Hot Topic.
Yeah.
So
mass marketed nonconformity.
Yeah, like you couldn't buy a Metallica shirt at Kohl's.
Yeah, or Target. I don't even know if Target existed.
Yeah.
They probably did back then, but I don't remember Target existing in like.
I remember Gemco.
Okay, I remember Woolworths when I was a kid. You know, like I remember.
Wasn't Woolworths more like clothes and shit?
Yep,
like J.C. Penney.
Yeah. It was like a crappier version of that. You know.
Shit, I was talking to. I have a friend, a longtime student, and they live in North Dakota.
Oh, okay.
And they're working at J.C. Penney now in North Dakota.
Wow.
And
what stuff are they selling at
JCPenney? And I asked them, I was like how can you have a job at JCPenney? Like, does anyone ever come in? She said, they said up here in North Dakota, like they love JCPenney.
And there's almost like 27 people in North Dakota. So that's,
right, and all 27 of them in North Dakota walk into JCPenney to buy shit.
Yeah.
I guess in North Dakota it was JCPenney, and I think the other one was, I want to say it was Kohl's, but there's some other department store. No, it's Macy's. JCPenney and Macy's, like they're still, so if you want to step back in time to when shopping malls weren't like abandoned wastelands, just go to North Dakota.
Well, apparently that's the only thing within 50 miles that has services, so that's why people walking out of the wastelands and it's like, oh my God.
Could be.
Yeah,
could be.
I think that's what's happening. By the way, I feel like next to where I live, actually, we have one. I always tell my kids this area. We actually have a fully functioning mall where I live, which is the Galleria, Westville Galleria, Roseville. It's, to me, that's what a mall used to be. I take my kids, it's almost like going back and visiting like an old, like, you know, like what's the word, like an extinct like culture. So like, this is what a mall looks like. This is a food court.
Like when I was growing up, Sunrise Mall was my mall.
Yeah,
and it's just a
and Arden Fair was like the new dog on the street. It was like the new coming mall, right?
Like, oh, they're gonna steal all the business.
Yeah, and they did. And then Arden Fair is now falling apart, and now it's all going to the Galleria. That's the one.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there's been like 100% less shootings at the Galleria.
Thanks for listening to the Rock Guitar Confidential podcast with Ryan and Scott. Please make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. Now back to the show. It's like, I remember like a Christmas like 4 years ago, they had some kind of kids rioting outside of Arden Fair. I'm like, okay, that's freaking, it's game over.
Like now. Rioting for what?
I don't know. It was like
nothing left.
They're just doing random crap. It was like 100 kids fighting and throwing stuff.
Just 100? When I was down in Los Angeles for Halloween, dude, there were like maybe thousands of teenagers. Like they shut down.
Okay, were they rioting though? I mean,
they weren't rioting, but they were just like they had to shut down the Ralph's grocery store. I think I mentioned this last time.
No, I don't remember that. No, they don't.
Well, so they had like it wasn't really like a parade, but it was like a community day Halloween thing in Los Angeles, and so like all the teenagers, right?
Okay. I'm familiar with
like basically the boys like weren't dressed like shit, like wearing football jersey, and like all the girls were dressed as like slutty as possible.
Okay.
And then multiply that by like imagine like 2,000 of those kids.
Okay.
Just like filling up like an entire shopping center parking lot Cause like this is after we got done on the Sunset Strip, so we're really close to the Strip.
Yeah.
And we stopped at a Ralph's to use the bathroom.
I know exactly which Ralph you're talking about. I used to go there all the time.
Okay, so that Ralph's, they had to shut it. Like me and my two buddies were the last 3 people to use the restroom before they shut the Ralph's down.
What were they doing? Were they like shoplifting?
They were just running through Ralph's and fucking shit up and being stupid fucking teenagers. Because I mean, dude, they can't get into the bars.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
So what are they gonna do? They're just gonna roam the streets. Like then, they're probably fucked up.
It's super dangerous roaming those streets, man. Especially if you get past nightfall in Hollywood, dude. There's all kinds of crazy shit going on.
I'm not exaggerating. Like at least 1,000 teenagers.
I mean, they're like
at least
those are prey. I'm telling you, man, for the people who come out at night in Sunset Strip.
No, dude, it, but there were still like so many of them. I mean, so maybe like 100 stupid kids die. You still have like 900 fucking teenagers. Like it was like its own life form. It was like a swarm.
That's so crazy.
It's like they had like one like dumb hive mind.
Probably, or like one mind between all of them. Maybe I guess.
Well, we all know like all the teenage boys just had like one collective like wiener brain.
Well, especially the slutty girls everywhere.
Like all the boys were all thinking with like one boner.
Yeah.
And
Which guys do their best thinking in that scenario, of course.
It's like dinosaurs have like 2 brains.
They have like a vestigial one and the one that
the vestigial brain. Yeah, right. So like when you're a teenage boy, like only the vestigial brain. That's the only one that's getting any like signals through. Right. Like the other brain just atrophies because it can't. Like it sends transmissions, but it doesn't really go anywhere.
Pursuit evolution. That's the way our species keeps evolving. Right. Keeps coming. But yeah.
So anyway,
okay, I don't know how we were talking about like
some more
melodic death metal, and then somehow we got onto that. So
So if I hadn't experienced like actual real Metallica in the shopping malls and all that, right? Then like I, maybe then I'd be more into Avenged Sevenfold. I don't dislike them; they're fine. I'm glad they exist.
They're totally fine.
Definitely,
they're going to be the ones headlining all the big festivals in 10 years when all the other bands are gone.
Doing the nostalgia circuit, right? Okay, so here's another one: Misha Mansour from Periphery.
We've talked about those guys on this show before. I think Misha's great.
Yeah,
he's definitely fantastic. And there's another co-guitar player in that band who's actually John Petrucci's nephew.
Oh no shit,
Jake Bowen. That's the other guitar player.
Got it. So you'd better be good if you're John Petrucci's nephew.
But anyway, those guys are great. I mean, I think Periphery is one of the better bands come out in the last 20 years.
I mean, if you had access to like John Petrucci's tutelage like since birth, then you can't suck.
Well, I mean, and Misha's fantastic. He's a great guitar player. Those guys are cool. I think the thing I don't dig about them is they're kind of one of the forefront of like the gent style of prog metal, and I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah, it just makes me think of doing math.
But it is. It's the mathy thing, and the same thing. Like Animals as Leaders isn't that same. I could have very easily said Tosin Abasi as well, but I just don't dig Animals as Leaders. I
appreciate the name. Like Yngwie J. Malmsteen is the leader of our household.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So I respect that.
Yep. You have to.
Or you could interpret it that like humans are animals too.
Well, similar to like we talked about with Avenged Sevenfold. Like it's just not for me. Like Periphery and Animals as Leaders, it's fine. I just wish it was a little bit more rock. That's just for me though. The same with Tim Henson though. Just throw Polyphia and Sean out there too. Other bands that are in that same time period. I just think their music is just not. It's not something I'm into. If that makes sense. It's not.
Yes.
Mainly because it doesn't have any of the like ballsy rock and roll attitude that I want. And that's probably just on me at that point. I grew up listening to that.
This is promising.
Right.
Daniel Guittardo.
Daniel Guittardo.
Yeah, Gottardo.
That seems unlikely.
Daniel
that's his given
Guittardo.
name.
His solo project is hard to describe, but I would say it's artful orchestral music with very unique guitar virtuosity over it. It's really colorful and unique and interesting. So we're gonna have to check this player out.
His name's Guittardo.
Gottardo.
Okay.
G-O-T and then T-A-R-D-O.
Okay, as I say, that's really on the nose. His last name is Guittardo. I mean, that's...
You're such a Guittardo.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a typo, but Daniel is spelled D-A-N-I-E-L-E like Danielle. But I mean, maybe it's Danielle Guittardo. Like maybe it's like Italian. And
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, that sounds interesting. Dude,
I'm totally going to check this out. Thank you, Luke.
I hope it rocks, though. That's the thing. A lot of the orchestral stuff just doesn't have like the rock to it.
So okay, so here's and now we have a list of rhythm guitarists.
Okay, or as they're well known as subhumans. Okay, that's
Michael Ackerfeld of Opeth.
Yep, good player. Yep.
Joe Duplantier of Gojira.
Yep.
Bill Kelleher, rest in peace, of Mastodon.
Yeah, I'm not a big Mastodon fan.
Mastodon's fucking cool, dude.
I
what?
listen to it. I'm not into it.
I'd rather listen to Mastodon than like most proggy things.
It's not. It's not metallic enough for me. It's got a little. It's got a little Sabbathy thing.
It's
going
heavy
on.
as fuck.
Yeah, but it's not like what I've heard
In a
from
good
it.
way.
I don't dig it. I don't like the singer's vocals. The solos are kind of pedestrian.
We've
you know
also
what I mean?
got Matt Pike of High on Fire. High on Fire is fucking raw. That's a great band.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not into those guys either. They're not my thing. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that band.
Bruh.
Yeah, so, I'm sorry, it's just not for me. Yeah.
Josh Middleton of Silosis. Do you know Silosis?
I don't know Silosis.
Okay,
no.
This is like the second or third time that the band Silosis, Sylosis, has come up.
You know, another good band that's in the prog world is Tesseract. That's another band that's pretty cool. If people out there are looking for,
So, like, if you're like a Marvel's Avengers fan,
yes, it's perfect.
right? There's like 3 movies where they fight over the band.
This band actually existed prior to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I remember hearing about Tesseract back in the late
Well, I mean,
90s,
time is flexible in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? So, like, is there really a past or a future?
By about 9 years. So
Like on, like,
they been so stoked. Like, dude, you mean the Guffin in the Marvel movies is called Tesseract?
And like,
We're
what
gonna have so many
timeline?
downloads, dude.
Right? I know. Shit. Okay, Steve Jones of Bleed From Within.
Not familiar with that band at all.
And J.D. Cronise of The Sword. The Sword is an awesome band, too. I think The Sword, I put The Sword, like, I could
think
see
it's
them
pronounced
High on Fire.
the S word, right? Isn't that how you pronounce that?
I just wish I had like a cricket sound effect for that one.
I'm familiar with The Sword, and I'm not as deep into it. I'm not into it. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's cool.
I didn't mean to. you threw the ball up, and I was just like standing there.
No, I'm just trying to mod it.
That was good.
Just trying to not sound like a complete bummer, as I don't like that band.
No,
either.
not at all. Okay, we got one more. And Luke says, let's see, Brandon Ellis is probably a top 3 guitarist for him, along with John Petrucci and Marty Friedman. So definitely give Black Dahlia Murder a listen. So that's Brandon Ellis from Black Dahlia Murder.
That's some seriously high praise. Put them in the same sense as those.
Yeah,
guitarists.
I've listened to. I had a student a number of years back that was pretty fired up about Black Dahlia Murder, and it was one of those situations where like the student was like just starting, so like there was no way we could approach any of the Black Dahlia Murder catalog, like.
Yeah.
So like I
Got a lot
listened
to
to
learn before we can come and tackle this stuff.
right. Like I listened to it sort of casually, and it's very heavy. There's then like the riffs are pretty complex.
Yep.
Like fast tempos, lots of changes and shit.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it's been a long time. So basically, like I listened to it a bit for a student, but like they never really got there.
Yeah.
So I had to tune.
Yeah. You had so much to cover before you could tackle that stuff. You didn't get a chance to get too deep into it.
Yeah, it's tough, and that's one of the challenges. And I'm sure you go through this too, right? Like a lot of the music I listen to, I'm doing it for my clients. To like learn it and like
it's kind of cool in a way. Is it helps us keep abreast.
Oh, yeah.
Of what's in the zeitgeist, music guitar wise.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Like I just got done putting together, like working on an arrangement of "Time in a Bottle" by Jim Croce.
Yeah.
I mentioned that.
I have a student of mine that asked for the same one too. Yeah, a while back. Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic, right? And like, I mean, I had a lot, so like I like left to my own devices, I wouldn't be like deep diving Jim Croce tunes, right now, right?
There's no hate there. It's just not your thing. It's
Oh no, and I loved it. It was great. I loved sinking my teeth into the song, and I loved sharing it with them. And she's done such a great job. Shout out to my student Linda. She did a great job learning it.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
And that's so cool when they're into it and they really put the time and energy.
Oh
into
yeah,
it. It's so satisfying.
So rewarding, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. As opposed to you're trying everything you can to get them to know the song and they just won't, it's almost like they just won't take it.
Man, and big shout out to my student Armando. Like he and I at his last lesson, we were able to play through Bark at the Moon like in its entirety, like even like harmonizing like the end part.
That's so cool.
Like we fired up a backing track that had no guitar in it. We just played all the guitars ourselves. Like
That's so cool.
Like all the way through, like shredding through the whole thing. It was fantastic.
Very satisfying.
So proud
for the student too, because he actually feels like he's jamming with Ozzy's band and stuff. It's a cool feeling.
And like Armando and I have been together like since like day one.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So like
walked him the whole path, dude.
We've been together like the whole time.
That's a lot of praise to go to you because you were the one that kind of led the way.
Armando did all the work, man.
No, he does. But that being said, you guided. You brought him there. You brought the horse to water, and he did drink.
It was fun. Good. Yeah, he's doing great. So like that. So my point is like that's what. like a lot of the music listening in my life like is like that, right? You know, and I'm sure it's the same, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I unfortunately, most of the students that I have are either just classic. I mean, that's not unfortunate. I'm happy to teach classic rock stuff to people. It's great. Or they're into like the new pop stuff and there's just nothing happening there musically. We have to like.
So what's the last like new pop thing? Like we need to exorcise this demon. Like who is it? Is it Sabrina Carpenter that's preying on you? Or?
No, I'm trying to think. What was the last?
I mean, dude, at least it wasn't like new country, man. Count your blessings.
Last Cave, it was Cave Town. There's a song called "Bugs Will Be Boys."
Oh,
Cave Town.
yeah.
That's like the last one that I remember like coming across. That I'm like, oh, I never heard this before.
But there's like, have you done Green by Cave Town? Like there's guitar in Cave Town.
No, exactly. It's like cool. There's a guitar in this. Sweet, we can do something.
Yeah,
there's chord changes and stuff, and this is cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's not pop at all. That's like indie, like that's like real nichey stuff.
It's nichey, but it's still pop music. I mean, come on, pop music doesn't have to be Ariana Grande. You know
it's
what I mean?
Not pop music.
I definitely consider that pop music.
It's not popular.
Well, I mean, okay, pop style music. Let's put it that way. It's like pop. It's not rock. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't know. It's in my opinion, that's still pop music. You know what I mean? It's. Okay, now pop doesn't mean popular. It's popular music, as we just discussed for the last hour.
What does pop mean?
Pop means nothing now. It's just wherever is like in that world, you know, that kind of like.
Yeah, I would not. I would call it. It's like it's indie. I'd call it, I mean, indie rock.
What does that even mean? Because I mean,
it means it's like do it yourself music.
I guess
it's like do it yourself music that like people like stream. Yeah, it's not highly produced. It's just, you know.
Yeah, but I think pop music.
Yeah, it's just kind of indie. Like it's like we live in like Portland.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, you know, it's. You know, I don't know. Maybe
to me, that's
it's like
still pop music, dude. It's kind of
if there were still college radio.
If this was the
'90s,
they'd be like Goo Goo Dolls or something like that. It'd be like that kind of style.
It's not that, but it's not that catchy though. It's more.
It was pretty catchy. I mean, it was definitely in that. It was aiming for that direction of being like.
Okay, we're gonna have to take this to the audience. Like, we're gonna have to listen to some Cave Town and.
Well, I mean, I was as excited as could be that there's a guitar. And I'm like,
totally. Again,
I've guitar in this. Very cool. Let's make this happen. You know what I mean?
I remember it being like a little monotonous.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's not a lot. Like it's basically just like one like kind of clean guitar or acoustic guitar like melody just kind of repeated for like 3 minutes kind of thing.
It's like one chord change. There's not even bridges or pre-choruses or anything like that. You know what I mean? And
yeah, like if I were like a teenager, like I'd feel pressure to like it.
Yeah, I've never felt that, man. I'll be honest with you.
Like I could see how like if I were a teenager, it'd be like, oh, this is what everyone's listening to.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? Like when we were kids, like the music everyone was listening to was pretty badass. It was awesome, you know what I mean? And for the most part, you know, and it wasn't hard to like what they like because it was great. It wasn't until the mid '90s that things started getting weird.
Well, I mean, I was a teenager then, so like, you know, it's like for me, like I remember the grunge apocalypse started when I was like 15.
Yeah, same thing.
Right. Yeah.
So
right.
But I mean, that was I think like, you know, 12, 13, 14, like those, you know, oh, this is the new Scorpions, this is rad, or this is the new Metallica, or whatever it might be, or new Van Halen, or the new whatever.
So, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we should have like an episode where we like define genres.
Yeah, because to me, pop music is just anything that's sort of not aggressive, heavy guitars. That's like simple chord changes, or even no chord changes, depending on how pop it is. You know what I mean?
So I mean, pop is short for popular, so it's like popular music.
It also
so that'd be like
the genre of music too. I mean, that's
what I mean. Like
this is closer to Sabrina Carpenter than it is like Nevermore. So that's kind of.
I don't know. I think it's closer to like punk because it's like do it yourself stuff.
Yeah,
right?
but punk's kind of sort of like anti-intellectual, sort of like just punking away like a couple chords. This is a little bit more.
Punk is just do it yourself music. That's what punk is, right? Or that's what it was.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I guess
pop music is like Backstreet Boys. Like pop music is,
John
and
Mayer.
these days it's
Dave Matthews Band. That's pop music. You know what I mean? That to me is pop. You know, Avril Lavigne is pop music.
Yeah, Avril Lavigne is pop music.
You know,
yes,
that kind of thing. But I think that Cave Town is very close to Avril Lavigne style music. It's not.
You what?
Yeah, the one I heard was very
no.
It's just a strummy chord progression thing.
But that's not the entire package, right? Like it's not like there isn't like an image along with it that's. And it's
that's probably I appreciate.
So like pop music was stuff like Milli Vanilli was pop music.
I can say,
right, it's manufactured.
I think
like,
Toto and Lionel Richie are also pop music though, and I think that Hall & Oates is pop music. You know what I mean? That's
Hall & Oates was more pop music. Yeah, so like pop music,
but Hall & Oates had like a lot of depth to it. Though,
okay,
you know?
So pop music is like engineered like a product to have like mass appeal.
Yeah, but
That's not what
I guess
Cavetown is.
when I say pop music, I guess what I mean, I'm not putting any of that stuff on. I'm just talking about just the music part of it. It's not heavier rock. It's not like any ballsy rock.
It definitely isn't.
It's not country. It's not hip hop. It's not EDM.
But it's not pop
You
either.
basically are like taking that soup and you're reducing it down. The only thing that you could really put it into the world is this is like pop music. It's like music that's like mainstream type music. I mean,
I'm being such an asshole. I'm so sorry. I love you, man. I just
and I don't care what you think. So.
That's okay. And that's why we're such good friends. Yeah. But no, I mean, like pop.
With love, it's like
pop is a specific like thing. It's manufactured. It's music that is manufactured. It's basically music
You're
by
putting a lot more on top than just the music part.
No, it's music. Well, it's music by because you get a certain result when you make music by committee.
I think that's
engineered.
a new thing. I don't think that pop music was always that. No,
it's always been that.
I don't think that's always been.
It has always been that. It's music made by committee with the intention of appealing to the most broad audience possible. That's why it sucks.
I think that's more of a description of it than it is a definition of it. You know what I mean? I think
the description definition. There's no distinction.
Well, no, that's just definitely a distinction between those two things. Definitely they are. That's a brown house does not tell me about what the house is. You know what I mean? That's not.
A house is made of shit. That's why it's brown. And so it's a shit house.
I don't know.
And that's where Jason Aldean lives. And that's where Nate Smith lives with and like there's a shitty guest house where Post Malone is hanging out.
They collaborate, dude.
Yeah, totally.
There's too much suckiness for one human to just exhibit,
right.
So
and if there's any scratches, like if someone scratches the drywall or whatever, they just kind of mold it back together because it's made of shit.
Yeah.
It's just a shit house.
I will say that this is interesting conversation because this is something that to me like
Cavetown's not
if
pop.
It's not rock and it's not R&B and hip hop and it's not country and it's not blues. It's like you have to what's left. Pop is like this genre that's what's left.
So I think you're just using the word pop for like
not rock
music that you rightfully don't like.
No, because there's pop music I do like. It's just but it's not rock. Does that make sense? It's not rock.
So then if you take the word pop out, you're saying like there's music that is engineered to appeal to a mass audience that you do like, and that's fine.
You and I are talking past each other right now. This is the classic thing, but to me, it's just anything that isn't rock, pop, hip hop, country, R&B, or blues.
Okay,
that's what's pop.
That's okay. So
you kind of reduce. It's reductive.
So I'm going to our robot over. I'm going to go to Wikipedia. So now that we've had the debate.
Thankfully, Wikipedia is just the sacrosanct, place you go for all kinds of perfect truth. And
Wikipedia is like 85% accurate.
It should be Wikipedia.
You know what? I've actually donated. I believe in Wikipedia. I've donated money to Wikipedia.
I don't. I think it's false. I don't think it exists. I think
Wikipedia is like the one good thing that's come out of the internet.
Oh, there's been more. I mean, come on.
Like what?
Louis short studs. Come on, that's.
Well, no, Louis was on VHS. Oh, I can prove it. Yes.
Whoa!
I'm glad we gave Louis a shout out.
Yep.
Somehow that also came up recently. I forget who I was talking to, but
is it church, right?
Okay, so here we go. So pop music, or simply pop, is a genre of popular music that originated in its modern form during the mid-1950s in the United States and the United Kingdom. During the 50s and 60s, pop music encompassed rock and roll and the youth-oriented styles it influenced.
Damn youths.
Rock and pop music remained roughly synonymous until the late 60s, after which pop became associated with music that was more commercial, ephemeral, and accessible. Cavetown does not meet that. Cavetown is not commercial, and it's not as
accessible as hell, dude. I mean, the chord progression was 1-5-3-4-1. It's as pop a chord progression as you're going to find.
Well, that's not as pop as 1-5-6-4.
That's true, but it's still in the same family.
1-5-6-4 and 1-4-5 are both way more accessible.
1-5-3-4-1 is damn accessible. It's not.
1-5-3-4-1's great.
There's no secondary dominance. There's no diminished passing chords.
But it's not 1-5-6-4.
No, it's not. But
1-5-6-4 is the.
They're all 1-4-5 adjacent, my brother.
They are, I agree, but the 6 chord is still stronger than the 3 chord.
I don't know if I agree with that. That 3/4 pole resolution is pretty strong. You know what I mean? Everyone's so excited to hear this conversation right now.
But 1-5-6-4 is still way more ubiquitous.
Yes, 1-5-4-1, 1-4-5, 1-5-6-4-1, 1-4-6-5-1, much more popular. I'll give you that. I will cede that territory to you, sir. But 1-5-3-4-1 is damn accessible.
It's been a hard-fought battle. Okay, so here's my frame of reference. Then we're gonna.
To me, pop music is just what's left when you don't have rock, metal, country, R&B, hip hop, jazz, blues. You know, what do you have left? Okay, pop. Everything goes in that bucket.
Yeah, so that's where we're not like. That's where we're not seeing eye to eye, because I think there's other like ways to describe that music that
I don't think your descriptions are wrong
box.
per se. I just think that's one way.
So here's my frame of reference for this song's called Green. After the stupid ass wait, why am I getting commercials? Because I pay YouTube to not have to watch these fucking sponsored videos. I can skip them.
Not enough though. I don't know, man. Feels pretty pop to me.
This doesn't sound pop to me at all.
This is erosion.
Dude, this is just very much like you would see with like Phoebe Bridgers or something like that. That's definitely pop music. You know,
this is indie music. There's nothing like
indie pop, dude. I mean, come on.
This wasn't engineered by a producer.
Okay, we're definitely.
It's not like you're not going to hear this in a dance club ever.
Well, thank fucking Christ for that.
So this is like, in my opinion, this is like indie music.
Okay, so what's the distinction between indie and pop music, though? Isn't it the same thing? I mean,
well, I just made the distinction.
So what you're saying is that the producer is the difference?
Well, and the intent behind it, right?
Wow, that's
so this music
like,
isn't this.
You're
music,
reading into the subtext of it. I mean,
this music wasn't written well because again, and this also isn't like dancey. This is like mopey indie college music.
But pop music wasn't dancey forever. It was. I mean,
yes, it is.
No, it wasn't.
Absolutely, it is.
I don't think Slap by Goo Goo Dolls is dancey. You know what I mean? I don't think that like.
I don't know Slap by Goo Goo Dolls.
I don't think that like. I'm trying to think.
And Goo Goo Dolls isn't really pop.
I don't think No Such Thing by John Mayer is dancey.
I don't think John Mayer is a pop artist. You're right.
They're totally pop artists.
No, they're not.
Are they rock artists?
No. John Mayer is kind of like a douchey, sort of like modern, like blues artist.
No, he is now, but he didn't.
But he's not a pop
way.
artist.
He was totally pop artist. Dude, I was there on the ground floor of John Mayer. I played in the cover band in 2001 to play John Mayer songs.
Yeah, but he's not a pop artist.
That's totally pop art.
He's not like, okay, so like Milli Vanilli was there was a producer named Frank Farian who like wrote all the stuff, and he like sang, and he hired other singers and stuff, right?
The face to put on a lunchbox. They're basically the.
That's right. That's pop music. It was music that was designed to be like widely appealing and dancing.
Music too. I mean,
Stevie Nicks is a rock artist, and there could be some overlap, but she's not really a pop artist. She never was.
See, I totally disagree with that. I think the this is one of those things where we're not going to see eye to eye. I hate to say it, man.
Hang on here. So let's see. So, let's see here. What? There we go. Okay, so this is pop music.
Okay, descending to the depths.
Stand by. No, I don't care. I like this song.
The seagulls like that. That's good.
Yeah, they're doing the lo-fi thing, but this was designed in a production studio as a product to sell this artist at like and her image, the whole thing, right? Like, and it's intended to be dancey. Fuck, it'd be nice if the song would fucking start.
Oh, this is Brett Espresso. Give me a break. Yeah, I don't agree with you that pop music was always meant to be dancey. I think that's a new thing. That's like that's a 2000 kind of thing. I don't think that it was before that.
This song is like a highly engineered product that's designed to appeal to the largest number of people.
It's like a bag of like spicy hot Cheetos or something like that. You know what I mean? It's,
This is pop.
So yeah, this is pop for sure, but I don't think
Cavetown is not pop.
To me, pop is like a broader category. What you're saying is that you're reducing it down to like only a handful of people would fit that.
Not a handful. There's a ton of artists. It's a huge genre.
I think it's a huge genre. But I think it's broader than you think.
It's a product.
It's kind of like metal to me.
I'm just not including John Mayer or Cavetown.
I'm just saying anything in that style is still more pop than it is rock. You know what I mean? It's not metal. It's not rock.
I just don't think it's pop at all.
It's not blues. It's not any of that. I mean, so we're just saying indie is a subgenre that's separate from pop.
Definitely, absolutely.
I don't agree with that at all.
Wholeheartedly.
I think in like the early 2000s there was no distinction between like a Michelle Branch song was considered a pop song. You know, a freaking Goo Goo Dolls song, Vertical Horizon song. Those were all considered to be pop songs.
This is a fun debate.
Yeah, those are all pop songs.
I'm enjoying this thoroughly.
Yeah. Well, I hope the audience is enjoying this thoroughly. It's fun watching us yell at each other. That's great.
So hang on here. We're gonna go to our robot overlords.
Okay. Who always are right, by the way.
Well, I mean, we're just gonna harness the entirety. Like, you know what ChatGPT does, right? Like
I think it spies on me when I shower, right? That's the thing that it does.
Is the band Cavetown?
We're giving so much airtime to Cavetown today. I just random thing that popped up in my head.
That's okay. This is fun. This is like
this is taking a long time to type this in. Oh my god.
Pop artist. Whoops. Question mark. Okay, so here's my query. It would help if I used actual, like, good grammar.
Yes, grammar.
This is fun. Okay, so is the band Cavetown considered a pop artist? Let's see what our
And the
robot...
survey says...
Okay, we're both gonna get some validation. Short answer, mostly yes, but with nuance. Cavetown, I guess, which is just one person named Robin Skinner, is generally considered an indie pop or bedroom pop artist, but not mainstream pop in the top 40 cents.
So we're both right, is what you're saying.
So we're both right?
Yep.
How Cavetown is usually categorized. So bullet point number 1. Indie pop. His songwriting, melodic focus, and lo-fi aesthetic fits strongly here. Bedroom pop. A major part of his identity, do-it-yourself production, intimate vocals, and soft arrangements. See, that's why I don't like it.
Ha!
Indie folk alternative. Acoustic influence and gentle folk-leaning textures. That's also why I don't really like it.
That's why it's not rock.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Emo alt-pop. Emotional lyrics and themes draw some overlap with modern alt-pop. Not typically categorized as mainstream pop, like Ariana Grande, Harry Styles, or Olivia Rodrigo. See, that's what I consider as pop. I would have left the word pop off of indie, bedroom, and emo alt pop.
See, I don't think I would consider it a separate thing. I think it's all one big amalgamation of all different like shades of the same country, if that makes sense.
That just makes the word...
To me, that's just like metal. Like to me, like everything from Bon Jovi to Obituary is metal.
Yeah,
everything in between, that's all metal. There's no reason to subgenre the shit out of that. Like we should just, it's all big metal.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So the best label, question mark? Indie pop, bedroom pop. He absolutely falls under the broader pop umbrella, but people almost always qualify it with indie or bedroom.
All right.
So I don't know. Interesting. So I guess my position would just be, why bother using the word pop?
Because it's not rock, country, blues, R&B, jazz. It's not. It's like reductive. It's what's left when you reduce all the other things out of the soup. It's like these things.
Yeah, I think it's too broad a definition to where the word pop just loses all meaning.
No, it just means it's not rock, not metal, it's not R&B, it's not country, it's not jazz, it's not blues, it's not hip hop. It's like it's what's left. But
so is it okay? So then let's invert that, like Charlie Munger would, right? So is there anything that doesn't fit into those genres that is also not pop?
I don't know. To me, it's the bucket.
Besides classical or jazz.
It's the bucket you put things in when it doesn't fit one of the other buckets. But
there's got to be like one other shitty bucket.
There probably is. I'm not aware of how many shitty buckets there are, but I'm just saying, like, when I don't know what to label something, and it's like that. It's melodic and it's soft, strummy chords. Like, that's pop to me. It's like that sounds like a pop song to me. You know, it's 156 15341, dude. That's freaking pop. I'm sorry, it is. If you have 145 in there in any which way, that's going to be pop. It's just what it is. You know. So
could you do 15341 in a genre that wasn't pop?
Sure, reggae.
That's a rhetorical question,
reggae,
by the way.
There's all kinds of things. You know,
this is just for the sake of debate.
Yes, I mean, there's more than 2 chords, so you know it's not like mainstream pop. So, you know what I mean?
There it is, folks.
Yeah.
So I'm in. You know what? I think we should call this like segment "Robot Referee."
Yeah, that's true, because we both turned out to be right, and I really appreciate that.
That's
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you, Robot Referee.
Please remember this when you're taking me to the death camp later. So remember what a swell guy I was.
Scott's actually talking about death metal camp, where you learn to play death metal.
Yes,
that's what you were talking about, right?
When ChatGPT is gathering us all together and rounding us.
Oh yeah, like in Terminator Salvation when the giant robot.
Death metal camp. That's what they call it. No, dude, this is just a death metal camp. It's fine. Where they're gonna put us to death with metal, and that's pretty much what it is. I'm sure. On that happy note, that's going to do it for today's episode of Rock Guitar Confidential with Ryan and Scott. Please make sure to rate, review, and subscribe this episode. We're going to say, Ryan?
Yes, well, please make sure to head to our website, which is found at www.exaegisband.com.
Good job. And make sure to check out our social media links, which are there, and make sure to follow us on social media. And like I said, make sure to subscribe and tell a friend or 2 or 6 friends about this podcast. Let's make it the most popular, rock guitar confidential podcast that exists in humanity. If we all work together, we can make this happen.
Yep. Remember, if you want the podcast to get better, then share it so more people listen so we can put some money in it.
Damn scripty. All right, guys. See you next week. Thanks so much.
Peace.